Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our presentation, Global Learning, Green Traveling, Sustainable Study Abroad. Today's session, we'll be talking about the importance of sustainable travel, explain how traveling can impact local communities and the environment, and discuss how small changes can significantly reduce global footprints. We'll also be talking about some of the UW-Madison study abroad programs that have strong commitments to sustainability. So if you're interested in studying abroad in the future, definitely kind of check those out. We'll get into those in the latter half of the presentation. Quick introduction. My name is Allie. I'm one of our exploration advisors here at International Academic Programs. I'm mostly just going to be moderating and doing tech, but we have two wonderful student interns here who will be leading today's presentation, and I will let them introduce themselves now.
Everyone, my name is Aaron Stetner. I'm a senior here at UW, studying environmental studies and history, and I participated on our Lancaster University exchange program in Lancaster, England, my sophomore fall, and happy to be here today.
And my name is Eliana. I'm a senior. I'm an international studies, environmental studies, and Scandinavian studies triple major. And I'm one of the engagement interns here. And I studied abroad on the DIS Stockholm program, spring of 2024. Awesome. So to just kind of start off, we wanted to talk a little bit about why we travel and how it impacts both us and the world around us. So traveling or studying abroad offers numerous benefits that can positively impact both us and the locations that we visit. So the first one is obviously learning and education. You're getting to immerse yourself in a new culture, you're getting to explore history and engage with new people and new places. Traveling also allows you to gain new perspectives. So, living alongside a new culture will enable you to connect with people in meaningful ways, cultivate relationships, and open your mind to new ideas. And lastly, we travel for enjoyment as well, obviously. It's a great way to get away from your daily life, reduce stress, have fun, and spend time with new people. In terms of impacts on the community and receiving countries, traveling and studying abroad can benefit local economies by creating jobs ranging from hospitality workers to tour guides to opening new restaurants, all of that. And in some cases, the increase in tourism can also drive infrastructure development. So it can allow the development of better roads, bridges, and public transportation systems, both for visitors and locals, excuse me. It also promotes cultural preservation. So it's generating funds for the maintenance of historic sites and traditions and allowing local cultures to flourish.
So, beyond the benefits that Eliana has talked about, traveling also has some negative consequences for communities and the world. In particular, traveling can negatively impact the environment. So, this is through pollution from transportation, carbon dioxide emissions harm the atmosphere, and noise pollution as well, and light pollution from the constant flow of people, cars, construction, billboards, and streetlights creates disturbances, especially in once peaceful areas. Another environmental challenge is increased resource use. So the more tourists there are, the more demand there is for resources like water. And in many places, this puts a strain on already limited water supplies. Tourism can also lead to the degradation of ecosystems. For example, areas that were once used for traditional farming or small-scale agriculture are being replaced with tourist infrastructure, which can displace local communities. And then another impact is biodiversity loss. So over-tourism can lead to overuse of natural areas and resources, which combined with the production of single-use items like plastic water bottles or bags further harms the environment. And then talking about and thinking about impact on local communities, there can be increased cost of living, especially in popular tourist destinations. And this can happen as the demand for goods and services goes up. And then the basic price of items like food go up for locals as well. In many cases, local businesses, especially smaller family-owned ones, are pushed out by multinational corporations and large tourist companies. And then tourism can also impact the day-to-day lives of locals by increasing the amount of time they need to spend waiting in lines, commuting, or completing other daily activities.
So then next, we're going to focus on how you can travel and study abroad sustainably, responsibly, and ethically. So the following are some examples of ways to be an environmentally cautious traveler. So one great way to do this in general is reducing waste. You can reduce waste by reusing things, bringing a reusable water bottle or your own shopping bags. You can do this by conserving water and electricity, so taking shorter showers, turning off the sink, making sure to turn off all the lights, those kinds of things. Choosing public transportation over taxis and Ubers, or if you're flying nonstop, trying to just be conscious of how you are using your power to travel and controlling your emissions. And then also you can focus on buying used products. So when you move into your apartment, maybe you can go to a thrift store to find some of the bedding or the cooking equipment and then donating them back once you leave, as opposed to buying something new and throwing it away. And then finally, packing light and bringing only what you need. This reduces pollution, but it also makes your life a lot easier. So those are just some ways to think about reducing the waste as part of your environmental travel.
Another way to be environmentally conscious while traveling or studying abroad is by protecting local ecosystems. Some ways to do this include supporting endangered or threatened species. So don't buy products made from these animals and research zoos or other places of animal captivity before you visit. Know your food. So it's important to know where your food is coming from. Choose locally grown options when possible, as these foods typically have a smaller carbon footprint than other choices. And also watch out for invasive species. So when traveling, check your shoes and clothing for seed or other organic matter before entering and leaving a destination, and research these things before traveling as well. And then follow garbage and recycling rules and leave no trace. So dispose of your trash, recycle everything properly based on the country that you're in and their guidelines. Respect wildlife and attempt to keep all impacts minimalized.
Another aspect of sustainable travel is traveling socially responsibly. So trying to spend locally, making sure that you're supporting businesses that are giving back to the community, potentially trying new experiences, showcasing the region that you're visiting that are run by locals. Additionally, using local agencies for your tourist activities and going to locally owned restaurants. So seeking out those businesses that are really at the heart of the community. Consider shopping at local markets instead of supermarkets or chains. Maybe just walk around, see who's selling fruit, see who's selling vegetables, those kinds of things. Also, making sure you understand the local tipping culture. Things can be very different depending on where you are in the world, so you want to make sure that you're supporting the locals adequately. And finally, respecting any laws regarding taking currency out of a country. So just making sure that you're aware of that so as to not cause any issues, both for yourself, but also for the community, and making sure that the currency keeps its value.
Some other ways to ensure that you are traveling ethically is by respecting local culture. And these include being considerate of the photos that you're taking, so not taking pictures of people without their permission, and also being considerate of taking photos of religious or cultural landmarks and other significant places. Treating vulnerable populations and animals ethically, so try your best not to engage with exploitive animal tourism, and do not treat children or other vulnerable groups with savior attitudes. I'll learn bits of the local languages before and during travel, so make an effort to learn at least some key phrases. This not only shows respect for the local culture, but also helps to avoid the assumption that everyone should speak English. And then finally, research local customs to ensure respectful practices. So do some research before arriving on what to wear and ask permission before wearing traditional clothing. Be careful not to engage in cultural appropriation, and research religious and social customs before your trip and respect these while traveling or studying abroad.
Okay, cool. So, our interns have talked very generally about how to travel ethically and sustainably while abroad. Now we're going to specifically talk about study abroad here at UW-Madison. So when you do start looking up study abroad programs that are offered through UW, there is a way to filter for ones that are specifically have a commitment to sustainability or may offer more coursework related to sustainability. So if you go to the study abroad website, studyabroad.wis.edu, and then head to programs, that'll lead you to our program search tool. It'll first pull up a map that lists all the countries where we have programs. If you just hit search, it'll take you to our larger program search tool. And there will be a ton of filters that you can use to start narrowing down your program options. One filter is academic credit type, and under there is where you can check off the box for sustainability to find those programs. We have 30 programs in total that show up with the search function. So we'll be highlighting some of those in the next slide. But these are not the only programs that offer like sustainability related coursework or maybe internships, fieldwork, and research. There may be more that aren't included in that filter, So it is possible to go on another program and still learn all about sustainability.
Perfect. So we're going to highlight a couple of those sustainability focused programs, but as Ali said, this is not an exhaustive list. So the first two programs we're going to highlight are run through the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences, which does not mean that they're limited to only CALS majors. So anyone is able to participate on these. The first one is the UW Banking Animal Biodiversity in Costa Rica program. This is a spring break program which focuses on applying developmental genetics to the preservation of endangered species. And this program's carbon footprint is offset through funds provided by the genetics department. The Organization for Tropical Studies is the on-site partner, and their purpose is to sustain our tropical ecosystems by driving scientific discovery and knowledge, by enriching human perception of nature, and by enhancing worldwide policy actions in the tropics. So this is a great one to consider for that spring break time.
With another CALS program, CALS CFHI internships immerse students within a global community to experience health, life, and culture through a community lens. These programs offer ethical learning experiences alongside local physicians and public health experts in combined instruction, experience, service, and reflection. The UN Sustainable Development Goals are a framework for each program site as well. And well over half of the CFHI program fee goes directly to the physicians, homestays, and clients in hospitals in the community in which CFHI works.
So now we'll highlight some sustainability focused programs that are run through international academic programs. So again, open to everyone. The UW Field Study in Iceland is a summer program that offers students the chance to explore southwestern Iceland's natural beauty, study tundra ecology, climate change, genetic testing, and geothermal energy while gaining hands-on experience in biological research and responsible tourism. Students on this program will learn about climate change and examine the impacts it has had on fisheries, agriculture, and economic stability, as well as gain knowledge of responsible tourism and what it means to be a global citizen.
One of the study abroad providers that UW-Madison works with is the School for Field Studies, or SFS. Our students can participate in the programs listed on the screen, as well as a few more that aren't listed. SFS programs are hands-on, research-focused experiences centered on sustainability and global environmental challenges. Students work with experts, contribute to data that informs local environmental policies, and engage with communities through volunteer work. Each program fosters environmental leadership and ensures a positive impact on both ecosystems and host communities.
UW-Madison also partners with DIS, another nonprofit provider organization that is committed to sustainability and making climate-focused education more accessible. DIS offers two program locations, one in Copenhagen and one in Stockholm, which is where I studied. Both cities are recognized for their commitment to sustainability through efficient public transportation, green spaces, and low-carbon living. Students experience environmentally conscious urban life while engaging in academic and field-based learning that connects to sustainability with public health and urban planning. DIS also has a sustainability boutique where students can donate items they can't take home with them for future students to shop with and use while they're abroad. Additionally, DIS has established a Green Fund, which offers substantial scholarships for students invested in sustainability while abroad. Each program, both Copenhagen and Stockholm, offers summer and semester sessions with a wide variety of classes.
Domestic programs are a great option for studying away more sustainably. The closer location typically results in a lower carbon footprint as we're traveling a shorter distance. There's two on the screen that we'll talk about a little bit. So our UW Marine Biology program in the Florida Keys is a winter intersession program which focuses on the study of coral reefs, seagrasses, mangroves, and other coastal habitats through field-based research at the Florida Keys Marine Lab. Students will also study marine fish and invertebrates, threats to marine biodiversity, and develop research skills on the program. In the Wild Rockies Field Institute program, nature will be your classroom as you study local ecology, natural history, and cultural history in the varied landscapes of the Rocky Mountains. The Wild Rockies Field Institute offers intensive field research programs in the summer as well as during semesters. You'll participate in backpacking trips, kayaking expeditions, and bike tours while exploring issues such as climate change, ecological restoration, indigenous ecological knowledge preservation, and more. And finally, the Wisconsin-Washington program offers UW-Madison students the opportunity to intern in Washington, D.C., while earning academic credit and enhancing professional skills. This program is available for both semesters and summer sessions.
In addition to studying abroad through UW-Madison, you can also intern abroad. UW-Madison has a number of signature internships, which are created by UW-Madison alumni for UW-Madison students. A few of these internships specifically focus on sustainability. You'll see on the screen we've highlighted two of them. These are both summer internships, the first one being the Green Malucas Environmental Outreach Internship in Indonesia, where you intern at the nonprofit Green Malucas and you're on the front lines of environmental conservation on beautiful Ambon Island, engaging with local residents and communities to increase awareness of environmental issues. The second one on the screen there is Catedra del Tajo Water Pollution Data Analysis Intern in Spain. This intern works with Spanish interdisciplinary researchers in historic Toledo. This intern will develop statistical research experience aimed at improving water quality in the Tagus River. So these are two that are focused on sustainability, but if you go to our website and search, there are many more as well.
Many UW-Madison students who study abroad come back with valuable knowledge they have gained in their host country. Students learn new skills and gain knowledge they can incorporate into their daily lives and share with others. To end our presentation, we'll share two student testimonials that highlight this. Starting off, Taylor DeVarney participated in the UW Global Launch Program in London, England, and is also one of IIP's student engagement interns. She shares, "I'm going back to the US with a broader concept of sustainability at play, and I'm sure to use these tactics on my own. I plan on shopping with my own bags to reduce plastic waste, become more conscious of what I throw away, and work to reduce the energy consumption of my living and workspaces."
Another testimonial we have is from Michael Howe, a 2025 recipient of the Badgers Go Green Scholarship. He participated in the IES Barcelona program in spring of 2025. He shares, "It was really interesting to learn about sustainability through the lens of another culture during my time abroad. In general, my perception of sustainability in Barcelona was that it was much more integrated into daily life than in the United States."
Perfect. And we do want to promote that Badgers Go Green scholarship that Michael received. So this scholarship is open to undergraduate students who apply to a UW-Madison semester or year-long study abroad program and have a demonstrated interest or commitment to sustainability. This will be demonstrated through application essays, so you do have to prove it to us somehow, which do include concrete action plans during and after the program to demonstrate this commitment. So there will be a $5,000 award given towards semester programs and $8,000 is given towards the year-long programs. Applications, our next applications for study abroad are for like the spring 2027 semester. So these scholarship applications will open around September if you are interested in studying abroad then. If you're interested in the later duration, they will follow in later months. Awesome. Yeah, so some just general information about study abroad if this presentation has piqued your interest. If you're interested at all, please come talk to us. We have many opportunities to meet with different advisors and get more information about our programs. So the Central Study Abroad Office on campus is International Academic Programs, or IAP, which provides advising and programs for students of all majors. But like we mentioned when talking about some of the featured programs here, there are also separate study abroad advising offices for the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, the College of Engineering, and the Wisconsin School of Business. So if your major fits under one of those colleges, you could definitely meet with their advisors as well to get a bit more information about programs that may be of more interest to you and more related to your studies. Overall, we offer more than 300 different programs in over 80 different locations. So there is a lot to explore even outside of the ones that we just introduced in this presentation today. So if you want to get connected with our advisors, we have program-specific advising as well as exploration advising, which is what I do. Exploration advising is just like 20-minute consultations, either online or in person, to kind of get you started with the process of thinking about study abroad and introduce you to resources. So definitely recommend booking one of those if you're interested at all. You can check out our website for more information about study abroad, as well as book an appointment through Starfish. All of the information should be there. Also, our social media is listed on here, and you can also sign up for our email list if you're interested in learning more about when scholarships open, when program applications open, and all of those good things. And lastly, these are the resources that were used to create this presentation. So if you want to take note of that, definitely feel free. And yeah, if there are any questions, feel free to leave them in the Q&A feature here on the Zoom webinar. I don't know how specifically we'll be able to talk about the programs because we don't advise for those, and I don't think our students have been on them. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them and we'll see what we can answer. Okay, so question, is the Go Green Scholarship available for summer programs or only semester year long? It is only for semester and year long. So either fall semester, spring semester, or if you're doing one program for both of those durations, that is when that scholarship will be available. But there are a ton of other scholarships that are offered through our office that can be applied towards summer study abroad. So definitely check those out if you're intending to do a summer or winter break or spring break, any of those durations. There are also other scholarship opportunities.
I will also plug for the summer programs. If anyone is in any of the Nelson Institute programs, they also send out a lot of resources about financial assistance for summer, specifically like internships that are environmentally focused that a lot of these could fit into.
Any other questions while we're here? All right. Well, if not, then thank you all for attending today. We'll stick around for like another minute or two in case anyone wants to ask anything. But yeah, thank you for attending, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, consider study abroad. Come talk to us if you feel like you want to.
Thanks for attending, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, everyone left.
Awesome.
There we go.
Also, I think I skipped a slide, but oh well.
We didn't notice, so.
Did not
Really?
notice.
Okay, cool. I think it was the one about slow travel, which was kind of important, but oh well. No one asked for the slides anyway, so it's fine. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, y'all. That was quick and painless. And yeah, people showed up, so that's great. I'll tell Amanda that, like, what was it? 5 people showed up, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks, y'all. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Yeah,
Well, you
thank
too.
you.
All right, bye.